Yo, it's time to go. It's time to let rip with the vibes. It's time to groove out. We're going to make a Groovebox type thing on Push. You're going to be able to use it with Push 1, Push 2, although it'll be probably more better on Push 2, but that doesn't matter. And you're going to be able to browse sounds, change sounds on the fly, make riffs, melodies, chords, things like that, you know, techno. And we're going to do it all from here. Well, I'm going to have to do some of it in the software, but we're going to eventually be able to do it all from here live. It's going to be awesome, man. Yeah. So, okay. So the first thing I should explain is that I have done quite a little bit of preparation before shooting this video, which I wouldn't normally do. Normally I like to freestyle, go straight in, blind, improv, jazz. But today I've created some stuff, which I thought I won't do in the video because it'll take ages, it'll be boring. And also you can go and find other YouTube videos about how to create 128s or 127s or something. Basically the concept is that you drop 127 sounds into a sampler, map them to this macro type thing so that you can browse different sounds. And I've got them for snares, closed hi-hats, whoops, well, percussion, open hi-hats, they're all quite different, claps, clappy snares, bass, lead stuff, pads, which sounds like the bass, but that's because I haven't put the MIDI effects in yet. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to use MIDI effects. We're going to map some of these MIDI effects to macros, and then we're going to record the sort of macro automation from Push into a clip where we'll be able to create riffs. So I shall start with the bass. Now, in each cell, these are all instrument racks inside each cell. I'm going to be putting, let's go back to the bass. I'm going to be putting some MIDI effects into here. I'm going to start with this scale. Just going to drop this scale in here. This might get really complicated without insulting anyone's intelligence or ability. But if you're new, this might all seem a little bit intimidating. So just ride the wave of inspiration, man. That's the most hippie thing I've ever said. So I've dropped my scale thing in. I've chosen C Dorian because it's funky. Now I'm going to put a pitch device here. Before that, I'm in the bass instrument rack here on this cell, right? Hopefully you can see on the camera. Hello. Now I'm going to map this to macro 4 on this instrument rack. Remember, this is inside this cell. I'm now going to set the range here from something modest to -12 to +12. Gives me a 2-octave range. Should do. Now I'm going to map this pitch macro to macro 1 on the main drum rack. Okay. I'm going to rename that. I'm going to call that bass pitch. Okay, cool. Now, when you're on the Push, you kind of get this hierarchy across here when you're working in drum racks. Now, right now, I'm on the top drum rack. You can see the blue hand there. That means that it's focusing on the top drum rack. Now, because I've got the little yellow arrow down here turned on, that means that the focus in Ableton will toggle to whatever cell I press. And you'll notice that hopefully you can see on the screen. If you can't, look at your own Push screen. This updates along here to what cell you're on. Now, when you're in a cell, you can bank into that cell. I think a couple of presses, needs a couple of presses, I think. Or actually, if you have this second one, okay, let's go back to the top. So we're going to have macros mapped to our top drum rack. We're going to call it Mother, okay? And we go to bass now. See, it says bass there. Press this. We're now inside the instrument rack on that cell, which means I can browse my sounds. Beautiful. Got a bit of decay as well. And release. We can't do anything with that one because it's mapped to the mother macro. Okay, cool. Understand? If you don't, watch the video again. Okay. Let's go back to the top drum rack. Hang on. No, let's not. Let's go back in here. Right. So, right, we should have... No, I was right the first time. Let's go back to the top mother. Okay. Whoops, I started a clip. I hate that. I hate that so much. I wish they could just disable that. I don't want to just... I wish there was a way that they could turn that off. Please. Anyway. Okay, I'm just going to record a little bass line now. I'm going to have fixed length to 2 bars. It's turned on. Turn on my Metro. Let's go. See what happens. I'm going to twist this knob, which is going to give me bass pitch. I'm going to hit this. Now, it's not quite in time with the... It's not quite... See, it started on the second part of the loop. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Ignore it. So, we've got a bass line. It's actually quite funky. Let's put some hats in. Put them in here. Now, I'm not very good at making techno, so just play along, humour me. What am I saying? It's fucking awesome. Listen to that. Okay, the kick sounds I'm not happy with, so that's okay. We'll press, if I hold select on the push and press the kick pad, I can then go into the kick pad, change my kick sound. I can do exactly the same thing for the hats. Go into the hats, change the hat sound. There we go. Oh my god, I am wigging out. I can change the bass sound if I want. I quite like this one, but let's just have a little browse, shall we? Snares. Transpose if I want. Beautiful. Oh my god, let's just go raving right now. Okay, well that was fucking dope. Now, well, let's move on to the lead. We can kind of do the same sort of thing with the lead, but I'm going to introduce some extra controls. Actually, no, hang on a minute. I missed something. I was going to play around with the note length, but I will not. I will not on the bass. I will try it on the lead. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to put in my C Dorian or Dorian mode. Exactly the same thing I did with the bass. I'm going to map that to this macro. I'm going to set the range here to, what did we have it on? -12 to 12. And then I'm going to map that to, I'm going to map it to macro 3. I'm going to call that lead pitch. Cool. Let's go back to the top. Okay, so it's a little bit too low. So I'm just going to chuck another pitch in before it, I think. And I'm going to set that permanently to 12. Whoa. Oh, hang on. Wrong one. Okay, let's go back here. All right. Lead pitch. Okay, right. No, just bear with me because I like to put a little bit of freestyle in here. Don't plan everything. let's put in a little lead line, shall we? It's pretty bad. I could try using the note repeat as well. That could be good. No, I don't want to use that. I'm going to go back to my original jam. Okay, the sound is bad, so that's okay. Let's go into the sound, the rack, change the sound. It's cool, I like that. Okay. You can see where it's going now. It's starting to take shape. Right, now we're going to do the same thing with the pad, but the pad is going to be a little bit more complicated. Oh no, wait, no, I was going to do the note length thing. Okay, so I'm going to put a note length thing in after the scale. Okay, I'm going to try this. This is a real experiment. So I'm just going to map that length to blah-de-blah macro 5, and I'm going to map that to, I'm going to call that, okay, lead length. Let's see what we get with that. Not the result I was expecting. I've changed my mind. Okay, so right. Changed my mind. Okay, let's go back to the pad. Let's do the pad now. Let's go to the pad, and I'm going to put Dorian mode. No, wait. No. Okay, right. I need to open this up. Come on, open up. Open sesame. Yeah, I don't need that. All right, now let's put the scale in here, and we're going to need the chord. Let's get our chord in here. Let's pick just a random chord like that. Okay, the pitch is low. Let's go up 12. Cool, okay. Got a little chord there. Now we need to sort of add some variety to the chord. How are we going to do that? Well, we could use a random, but the problem thing is that that won't get recorded into MIDI. So we could try using let's do that. Yeah, okay, all right. So we'll okay, so I'm going to map that to this macro here, macro 4, and then I'm going to map macro 4 to macro 5 here, and I'm going to call that pad pitch. All right, let's go. God, I'm not very good with push sometimes. Okay. Okay, cool. So it's kind of working. So we've got this pad selected. Let's press this button to go into the pad. We can change the sounds, play around with the sounds. I think I can mute stuff. Holding the mute button, choosing the cells. Cool. It's all good. I can hold select and press a pad that I want so I don't trigger the sound, go in, change sounds. It's cool. Yeah, a little Groovebox that you can take around with you, vibe out. I want to explore the send and return thing. I've never really played around with the send and return thing inside Drum Rack, so I'm going to do it now. Just going to chuck a reverb on there. And so, okay, so there's my reverb, and there are my sends. Okay, so I'm going to dooby-dooby-doo. I'm going to put, I'm going to put that to macro 2. So that can be my bass send. And then I'll do that for this one as well. Lead to macro 4. Oh, no. Did that just work? Send A? Let's try. Oh, it's working. Ha! Wow. I've never tried this. This is cool. Wow, this really changes a lot of things. Okay, so let's call that lead send. And then I'll do the same for the pad. The pad can go macro 6. And I'll call that pad send. Cool, let's see. Play with that. Oh, what happened? What did I do? What's that? Oh, okay. Why is that turning everything on and off? How weird. Why isn't it going to... alright. Oh, now I've muted that. How did I do that? Oh my god, it's so confusing, isn't it? What the hell have I done? Why is that muted now? Oh, I turned it off. Push. I love you, but sometimes you confuse my tiny balls. So all that cool stuff I was trying to explain about navigating around is just nonsense, because now if I press this, it turns the drum rack off, when what I want to do is navigate to the top drum rack. Why are you locking to that? Right. Oh, weird. Anyway, now I can send my lead off. Oh, stop locking to crap. Okay, alright. What did I just do? So now I've disabled that automation. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so it kind of works, you know. No. Let's change some of the percussion sounds, shall we? A bit bored of those sounds now. And I suppose we could, we've got 2 macros free here now, so we could, I don't know, chuck a load of stuff, effects, filters in, or anyway. So basically, let's have a little recap, shall we? Create a 128 instrument rack, and then sort of create this MIDI system where you can kind of, let's just try a new clip altogether, shall we? With a really industrial clap. That clap is disgusting. Turn that repeat off. Find a bass sound we like. 303 thing there. Where was that? That one's nice. Okay, let's go back to our top drum rack. Yeah, you know, it works. You could just record that. Yeah, we could record the sample browsing as automation. That's fun. Do it for the bass. For anything. Hi-hats. Anyway, I'm bored of that now. I'm going to go and watch television. I hope that was interesting, and I hope that it's inspiring. And yeah, don't forget that I've got stuff on the internet for you to go and like. Patreons. You can Patreon me. I've just got a new Facebook page, facebook.com/Ned Rush, I think, and Twitter and. Oh, okay, thanks. Bye.